Zach, clicker.
Zach, did you see?
Oh my God!
I am here to talk about judging and how it correlates to ensemble, which I love. But first, I want you all to listen for a second. And yes, I got prizes. And they haven't melted yet. So that's even better. I was actually really worried when I pulled them out. Okay. Extra chocolate bar if you actually know what I'm playing in this first 30 seconds. Actually, I'm going to turn my sound back on because I was terrified when I was checking it that I was going to have to play in the middle of my speech. There we go. Oh my gosh, you're wonderful. You are all my people. I heard chorus line. Yes, it's chorus line. My husband knows that I spent many, many hours searching through songs, and it was that or Crazy Train. First question. In that little bit of time, how many instruments were playing? One. Whoever yelled faster. There is only one instrument playing. So, question. Does that make that, is that one single instrument able to make music? Yes. And beautiful. And a wonderful melody. We all knew exactly what it was, which makes me so happy. So now, all of you, if you sing, I even have more chocolate. Okay, we're going to listen a little more. Okay, the fact that you sang along just made me so happy because my husband said they will not do that. I'm like, yes, they will. They're theater people. I love them. Yay! And I win. So now the chocolate goes to me. The point, we added all that behind it. So now we have more than one instrument. Did adding all of that to it make it less music? Did it detract from the melody? Did it enhance the melody? Yes. And with that, it not just added a little bit to it, it filled it in and created something that just makes us happy, makes us sing. It took one simple thing and made it better. Right? The point I'm getting across with this is, in judging ensemble, probably the biggest thing that I've seen as a judge, we discussed it a lot, is there seems to be a disconnect on where judging ensemble fits on a ballot. And I've seen many, many ballots and arguments on both sides saying, well, why are you giving them more points than that? This is about acting. And ensemble is only this many points on a ballot. The biggest thing to remember when judging, and I will climb up on my soapbox and heels, is ensemble is acting. Yay! I love you. But it is. Those kids, whether they are right dead center in front of you and have almost all the lines, are no more or less acting than the kid that may be way back in the corner giving you the best facial expressions he's ever done in his life is, and to be honest, acting with less tools, because what is our biggest acting tool? Our mouth. We're expecting him to tell me what you're doing, who you are, exactly what you're trying to tell me without telling me who you are. And that is probably the biggest thing as a judge I hope people understand is those kids are acting. They deserve just as much accolades for the work they are doing than the people who have all the lines. One of the biggest things I hate is a main actor versus a supporting actor. No, because every one of you makes it better. Every single one of you on that stage. And if we question that, the cool thing about it is, when we say every student on stage, whether in ensemble or large actor, is acting, because they tell us that right there are those people. Yes, if they're an ensemble, they are demonstrating emotional responsiveness. Of course they are. And they're sustaining characters. Yeah, they are. They're reacting to other characters. They're establishing and maintaining mood. Yeah, and sometimes enhancing them. They are part of the polished performance, are they not? They are picking up cues. Yep. Using writing. Yep. Tempo, all those things. And truly, every one of those kids are helping to convey the mood of their piece. So yeah, all of those kids are acting. So when you're judging, and this is probably one of the biggest things that I hope to get across, is right down to little freshie who is trying their darndest to freeze what they're supposed to and then smile and react in the perfect way, are acting. So yes, they are part of that 40 points, not just the 10. And I think the disconnect comes because, ensemble is also part of the production. They are, because everything is helping to make the whole. Every part that happens is part of the production. So I think that's probably where the disconnected judging ensembles comes from. Is, they're also part of production, because they do help with unity. They help with blocking and believability. They give you a lot of ways to create stage pictures. They enhance the production. Hopefully, we've all had those moments where you stick out. Oh no. They help create effective theater. They help to create a sense of completeness, and yes, they help to create emotional responsiveness from your audiences. And so I think that's the biggest disconnect in judging, is where to put them. They are acting. So they do deserve to be included in those big points that get across on the ballot when you're judging. So the biggest thing is, when judging, first, know their value. A lot of people touched on it. We are here as a judge to improve somebody's production. Our main goal isn't to prove how smart we are. Oh man, I failed that anyway. It is to help a bunch of 13 to 17-year-old kids do something awesome. So our job is to find a way to do that, and not relegate somebody's importance below where they deserve to be. Anybody here ever watch Hamilton? I love Hamilton. If you haven't, okay, if you're not into like rap and stuff, watch it once and then go, what the heck happened? Watch it twice and go, oh, this is wonderful. And by the third time, you're like, everything about this is amazing. Am I happy? Everything is just fabulous. But there is a scene in Hamilton that when I saw it for the first time, it just blew my mind because of what they did with their ensemble. It just, the creativity behind it, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And the ensemble characters don't say a word. But without saying a word, I knew what they were doing, and what they created was just awesome. Do I have to finish? Will this work? Oh, it is.
Is this how we remember me? What if this moment is my legacy? What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in the garden you never get to see. I wrote some notes at the beginning of the song. Someone will sing with me in America. You read a finished symphony, you'll sing with me. You let me make a difference. A place where you don't feel every bit to you.
It took me so long to realize she is the bullet.
I catch a glimpse of the other side. Lawrence leads the soldier's chorus on the other side. My son is on the other side. He's with my mother on the other side. Washington is watching from the other side. Teach me how to say goodbye. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up.
Oh, no, go back. I want to freeze at that moment. Oh, go back. Shoot. Oh, darn it. I was going to screw it up. When they freeze, first off, realizing they created the freeze in time right before you die with that ensemble, which was just, it made your hair stand up. And the fact that they created the motion And that ensemble actor became the bullet that is going at Hamilton, and how in just doing these motions, it makes you just like the arm hair stand up. And then at the very end, when they explode and he sees his wife, and if you looked at every one of those actors in the positions they were in, number one, if you say they're not acting, I dare somebody who holds in those positions for more than 30 seconds. The abs on those people, holy cow. You could look at every one of them and know the emotion they're trying to get across. And it's just the coolest thing. So, when you're judging that, there are ways, as a judge, you can judge ensemble. And when they talk about ways to talk about judging ensemble, you look at certain things, because yes, you can see them as individuals. My favorite kind of judge is one that comes in and, I love when number one, that shows those kids, I see you, you are important. As a coach, when you tell them a million times, every one of you, if one of you is out, if one of you, they will see you, and I love it, and they see him, so like, psych, I was right. I don't just tell you that, so you listen to me. You can judge them as a whole, or as their individual characters, depending on how you use them. In character distinction and impact, when you're watching, as a judge. Because like I said, our main goal is to improve their production. And like I said, the worst you want to see is watch them like it. How am I, as a judge, telling that coach how to get better? They don't like it. I don't know how to fix it. I don't like it. That doesn't give me any way to fix it. Now we're just broken. But if I looked at it and said, hey, not all of your characters in your ensemble were distinct and well-defined. The kid over here, he wasn't quite in it. I saw him. There was people over here that were really in it, and he was not quite there, so he stuck out. I can fix that. Thank you, coach to judge. Thank you, I can fix that. Does each one of them bring a depth of role? Are they there with a purpose? Does the ensemble evoke emotional responses? When they come together and do that thing together, do you go, whoo-hoo? Or sounds off. As a coach, you can tell me, hey, I know what you're trying to get across. They're about a half second off over here. So I lost the whole feeling. Thank you, I can fix that. Choreography and blocking. If they're going to be together as a group, are all of their movements purposeful, synchronized, visually coherent? As a coach, you tell me they're not, I can fix that. Do their positions and transitions enhance the story? Or maybe you need to go back as a coach and say, hey, there's this transition in the middle. It was really choppy, it came in about a time, it kind of pulled me out of the story. It needs to be smoother. Thank you, I can fix that. Do transition and cues feel smooth and well rehearsed? If you're talking about timing with your ensemble, like Zach said, is the entire ensemble strong? Or do you have some weaknesses? Because like I said, ensemble can give you a lot of enhancements, but it can also detract if you're using a whole group. You better hope that entire group is strong across the board, because they will stick out. Chemistry, because they're reacting, their main thing is reacting. Are they cohesive and are they believable? Are they natural? Which you ask any actor. Mutually, are they aware of everything around them? Are they reacting naturally? Are the cast members all contributing? And this is a big thing in an ensemble that can hurt you. If you got a lot of them, whether you have 3 or 30 or 5 or 50, are all of them contributing or just standing there? Is the energy balanced? This is something we do a lot, and especially if we have a lot of people on stage. I will stand in the middle and go, start. Man, this side is fabulous. I can't hear anything over here, so we gotta amp it up because beautiful. But we are so off balance because I can only hear something on this side. You guys better, I see your lips moving. Now you're gonna have to talk. You think we can't tell, but that's a judgeable thing you can tell a coach, is your ensemble is so off balance. This side is so strong, and this high, they look pretty, but I'm hearing nothing. And usually you can tell, like, that's a couple little freshmen on that side. Is there emotional layering between the characters? All of these things, like I said, is acting, but it's something you can judge and put on a ballot for a coach to see and improve on. In distinction, I love taking pictures. I kind of have an obsession. biggest tool in getting kids to understand. Do you see that kid's face? You know your makeup, you're like, oh, that looks so weird. I feel weird. Oh, you look cool. So feel as weird as you want, because this is what you look like. It's amazing. And this little girl right here was a teen little freshman, terrified to talk, didn't have to talk, because the second she got on that stage, the makeup got on her, she became a creature I've never seen. I was blown away. And I took this picture with her, and I showed her, she said, oh, of course, teenager, you did me so dirty and it's amazing. I'm like, really? I think you look awesome. Oh, I look horrible, don't post that. Oh, this is getting printed and it's going everywhere. But truly, she doesn't have to say a word, and I know exactly what she's trying to make me feel. And she did it very well. She made some kids cry. It was fabulous. But truly, character distinction for an ensemble actor is so hard to do. Like, I will push this until I die. These kids are so talented. Doesn't matter if they are the lead or not. They are so much a part of the production. We always sit and say, I don't care who you are, every single one of you is important. And every single one of you on that stage can make or break us. And this year was probably one of the most things that happen that just make you really sit back and go, you know what? I don't need anything else. That just, I could go home and retire and be the happiest person in the world. Because after you tell these kids this for years, and you tell them, you are just as important as that person. They're kids, they may not believe you. This play at districts, they started naming distinguished actors, and they kept going. And they kept going. And all the kids started looking at each other going, what are they doing? And they kept naming them all, and by the end, like, it's gonna make me cry. The entire cast got called up. And they're all up there. Most of them going, did they make a mistake? And then one of the judges came and said, every single one of your kids was freaking acting on that stage. And there was no way I could pick one of those ensemble kids over the others, because they were all in it. At that moment, I'm like, okay, oh. But by like 3/4 way through, I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna leave like 3 kids out. That was probably the biggest panic moment I ever had too. Like, oh my God, please don't leave those 3 kids, please don't leave those kids. But that is my favorite judge, is the ones that see all of the kids. So if you can judge, remember those kids. Choreography is such a cool way to enhance the production. But when judging, it gives you a lot of things to judge. Because if I'm judging this, do I see everybody? Is everybody moving together? Is somebody off? And you hear about stage pictures. Like I said, if you can grab a camera, or if you have one of your assistants to grab a camera and constantly take pictures, you can look through them. And me as a coach, it helps me a ton. It's like, oh, none of them can be seen from over here. It helps. But as a judge, I can look at it and go, hey coach, I'm missing about 3 people from this section of the stage that I'm judging over here. I can't see them. Oh, shoot. That's not good, because that's something you can critique me on. I judged with Brad at, this is Stater Districts, it all blends. He remembers everything so distinctly. I'm like, I don't know. It was somewhere for something. And he was judging on that side of the theater, and I was over here. And we rarely agree. When we drive home, it's very entertaining arguments like, I don't know what you're looking at. I'm right, you're wrong. But he had put one play lower than I did. And I said, why did you do that? It was so beautiful. What did you see? Like, that scene was amazing. And he looked at me and said, I couldn't see it. Oh. Because they had made a wall, and it was turned just enough that the entire scene, from his angle, he saw nothing. He saw the back of the wall. I'm like, oh. Yes, the ensemble upstaged behind. So, behind the ensemble, yeah, it was the ensemble acting over here. Yeah, he's correcting me. But when he said that, I was like, that, I, as a judge, okay, I get it. I understand why you judged them that way. Because if you didn't see it, you weren't going to get the same feelings I did because I saw it and it was amazing. So it makes a big difference for you as a judge. Chemistry. Ensemble can create the coolest chemistry if you do it right. It can also even not. But ensemble doesn't have to be 50 people. It can be 3 people. Ensemble acting is working together as a group. It doesn't matter how big the group is. But you can look at kids and say, are they reacting to each other in that ensemble? Are they fake talking in this audience? And I don't even need to hear about it. I know what they're saying because that little girl over there looks like she's telling somebody, like, I hate what she's wearing. But you can tell chemistry behind ensembles. So when you're judging, it's very easy to find ways to give coaches pertinent judging comments to help them make it better. And like I said, they make really cool pictures too. But the biggest thing is when judging ensemble is to remember they are all actors. They are all important. It's a risk, but if done right, that coach, that play, those kids can allow you to build this, enhance this really cool play. It gives you a lot of opportunities for mistakes. As a judge, your job is to help them find those mistakes and clean them up. And like I said, all those things are like, yeah, I put that in there. Judge what's right in front of you. But always remember, you're judging kids. And the biggest thing is, like I say, judge with kindness. Like, truly, honestly think, that's my kid. If that was my kid, I want you to feel like $1 million, whether or not you've ever done this, and the poor kid is sitting on stage with a script because they don't know their lines yet, and they're terrified. Judge them with kindness, and make them feel like $1 million, because two biggest fears in life, death and public speaking, and these kids are wanting to die while public speaking, so that is what I have, so thank you.
All right, why don't you just stand up for a minute and stretch? We've heard several people speak. And I think it helps us mentally as well as physically.